Hello, everybody. Everybody's joining. I see a bunch of people joining.
Okay, good deal.
Kevin Tom Payne, Mr. Tony Arthur himself.
Oh,
Terrell,
okay, Tony Arcee's in there now.
how you doing, Milk? Love the virtual wedding you did, by the way. That's pretty cool. Put a link to that, Milk, so other people can see that. That was really cool. We'll get started here shortly.
Mary, what's going on? How you doing, dear?
Sean Johnson himself. So give some people some time to join us here. We had some troubleshooting.
Yeah, it looks like we're all.
Shane, I have to say, who did you hire to do the professional lighting in your studio there?
Yeah, right?
Oh, that's amazing. You glamour shots over there.
Okay, so yeah, we'll get this kicked off. So everybody, thanks for joining us today. We're doing our first ever Tony P virtual event. And we just want to let you know we're still here with all this crazy coronavirus stuff going on, that life goes on. We got to keep moving, keep the needle moving forward, and find ways to network that are new, innovative, and different. And I think everyone's been doing a lot of Zoom meetings anyways, so this is a nice way to keep that going. So we got Greg DeKalb here, we got Shayna, we got Alton, we got the whole heads of the Tony P crew. And what we're trying to do is just find a fun way to keep us all interacting and engaged during this quarantine we're going through. And speaking of which, we're all cooped up at home. It's nice to have a drink to kind of relax the nerves a little bit. So if anybody's got a drink, hold it up there.
Got my tea.
Okay.
Trying to stay healthy.
Okay. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers, everyone.
Clink, clink.
Hope at home too, guys. Cheers.
And so yes, what we're going to do tonight is just talk about what we've been working on for the last couple of weeks. What we're going to be working on going forward. And also, we want you, listening to us and watching us to be able to go to the chat section on Facebook Live, and any questions you got, any comments, and also what do you want to see going forward? Because we're going to be doing several of these over the next, month or two. So we want to see what you guys want from us. What kind of content, what kind of topics, speakers, panel discussions, whatever. Give us some ideas, and we'll put that together. We got a pretty big database of resources and people to dig into that we can pull onto these events. So we want to definitely take your feedback and see what we can do. Also want to give a big shout out to Social Jack, Jackson Delisle and Dean Delisle have been so helpful in getting this all put together. And we just wanted to thank them for helping us with the Zoom, the Facebook Live, and also being great business partners the last couple of years. So a big shout out to them. And we got a few other sponsors too, but I'll let Greg take care of that in his piece shortly. But without further ado, thanks for joining us, everybody. We're going to get things kicked off. And Shayna, I'm going to pass it over to you.
Hey guys, how are you doing? So we just wanted to jump on and say hi, keep connecting with everyone since we are supposed to be social still, but distancing. I guess this is the best way we can do it. As you guys know, we are quarantined until about April 30th. So any April events we've had have just been pretty much postponed. So we just thought we'd hang out with you guys live and go over with what we've been up to personally. So some personal news for me is that we purchased a house a couple weeks ago in the middle of all this, and it's exciting, but trying to move and get things going is a little exhausting. I'm also become a teacher to my angel children who've been here full time. So I'm hiding in the basement right now away from them. to hang out with you guys tonight. I think I've hung out with them enough. And yeah, I have some silver linings to share. I've been able to read a little bit more, mostly by audiobooks, to be quite honest, but I've been able to do that more. And I'm definitely taking advantage of some courses. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Allison courses before. I'll put it in the chat too, but they have a lot of like marketing and kind of event marketing tools, and that you can kind of refresh some skills on if you have some free time. And I've been playing with a lot of our event marketing materials, and you know, just trying to keep busy, working out, dieting, trying to not be in my fridge every other second. So seems to be challenging for me, but I'm doing it. And yeah, I think everyone else wants to share a little bit of what they've been up to on their free time.
Yeah, sure. So I'll jump in. First and foremost, thank you everybody for taking a little bit of time this evening. Obviously, we would love to be there with you guys in person, doing what we do best on a monthly basis. It's been interesting. Like, you take it for granted, and now it's kind of like, wow, all those awesome events that happened over the last few years kind of went in a blink of an eye for us, for me anyways. And now it's kind of like, okay, we can't do it. So, but at any rate, we're all gonna band together, and we're gonna get through this thing together. And yeah, so I thought I would share a few things on a personal level that I've been up to, and then also kind of talk a little bit about how I've been maximizing the time professionally. So, you know, on a personal level, I've been one of those dads that I have, you know, been running around crazy. For those of you that know me, I'm an entrepreneur and involved with a few different businesses. And, you know, it's been really nice being home with the kids and being able to spend more time with them and maximizing that time. You know, a couple of things. I can't say that we're doing the most productive things. I mean, obviously they're doing their at-home schooling, but when we're not doing that, you know, my son, he's 9, Carter. We play a lot of Fortnite. So for those of you out there that play that game, I'm getting a lot better. I'm learning how to build. And then, you know, it's nice. Disney Plus came out earlier in the year. So my daughter, who's 7, Hazel, I think we've probably watched every Disney movie a few times now, which has been great. Me, my guilty pleasure has been Ozark. So if you guys aren't caught up on that, season 3, episode 4 is where I'm at right now. And yeah, it does not disappoint. So before I go too further though, I wanted to also give a shout out to some of our partners. So a lot of you know Tony, Alton, Shayna, and I, but there's a lot of people that are involved with the events that you may not realize that help make all this happen. You know, all of our venue partners, we're thinking about you guys during these times. We can't wait to get back on the phone and you know, get the ball rolling again. But Carbon Marketing, Chad Addy, thank you so much for all the help you've done in helping us promote the events. Same way with you, Manny, with Viper Marketing, and Jeff Badu with Badu Tax Services. You know, thank you guys so much for all the support. Really appreciate it. And one of our newest sponsors and partners is Hubio, which I'll be talking about a little bit more whenever I start talking a little bit more about the professional side and the infrastructure I've been working on. So to keep productive, a couple of projects that, you know, we've kind of taken a step back on. For those of you who don't know, one of our other companies is Appointments IQ, which is an on-demand sales team. We service small to medium-sized businesses. We act as an outsourced sales team, essentially. And growing, you know, we've been really struggling with infrastructure and just having softwares in place and tracking in place. So, you know, we finally pulled the trigger on a HubSpot license so we can track and have a CRM set up. We just brought on a new sales rep, Sam. I don't know if you're out there, but it was great training with you today. And really, that's how I've been focusing my time. in terms of the business is really working on that infrastructure so that whenever we are back out there, we're ready to hit the ground running. So yeah, with that said, I'll pass it over to Alton, see what he's been up to.
Well, thank you, Greg. I'm just, just been acting like myself, the Corona cowboy. But, you got to get creative out there when you're hanging out by yourself. A lot of people, they have their kids to entertain them, is what we'll put it as. Entertaining is what they do, right, Shayna? All day long, entertain you. And Greg, I'm sure you get entertained by them all day long, right? It's not easy to do your work and juggle things, right? But, it's interesting because right now we're in a time frame where everything that you thought was a normal day business is out the window, and you have to come up with new ways of doing what you did before completely differently, but getting the same result. So a lot of people, regardless of it's putting food on the table, delivering for your boss, finding out a way to get work, finding out what these stimulus plans are, you're spending a lot of time finding out what's next for you. So, at the least out of this, there's a lot of positives because people are going to come out of this knowing what they're capable of, knowing who they are, because if they're someone that, is by themselves or with their family, it's going to test your own personalities. But, you're also going to bring out some of your skills and hobbies, which I haven't been able to do a lot. I know a lot of I like to cook. I'm a Turkish Iron Chef, I call myself. And I actually, have a set. Well, I think that I can cook anything, but I have a set things that I cook with. And, the same meals, they're delicious. They're, what I win with. And now I've been able to explore different things, whether it's a whole rotisserie. My girlfriend Katrina got me a giant air fryer, and if you know me, I've been using it a lot. So I was able to test out some nice new recipes I created, like a lemon rind rotisserie. Last night I made these Adana kebabs, which, little fact, everyone thinks the doner is the pride of Turkish kebabs, but really there's a city where my family's from called Adana, kind of close to the Mediterranean center, east a little bit. And they're known for their they're kind of like Chicago. They're tough people, and they're known for their kebabs, So it's called the Adana kebab. Look it up, or, look at my pictures. I brag about them every time I eat them because they're amazing. They really, increased my repertoire of cooking. And, I think Katrina's probably getting spoiled a little bit with all these amazing meals because we're stuck here and that's all I want to do, right? But it's great because they're healthy. And that's the whole thing, finding healthy alternatives. So that's one thing I've been doing. Another thing that's actually kind of worried me 2 weeks ago, but my parents on Naperville, if you're watching, I know campaign, I saw Raj out there, a couple people from Naperville. They decided Sunday, last week, to go ahead with their move and move to Texas. So in the middle of this whole thing, my beautiful but older, let's just say, parents, really worried me because they don't, to my knowledge, know anybody down there. But at the same time, it makes you realize you got to keep moving on. He's going to be teaching over in Texas A&M. So, they got to keep going and doing what they need to do. And it kind of opens your eyes to what people actually have to do that you don't think about, not just the people that don't have work, but, so that was occupying me mentally a little bit more. By the way, they have a beautiful house in Naperville, 2227 So Circle. If you want to look it up in the MLS, I'm going to plug them right now. It's for sale. Great golf course location. But either way, that's something to worry. So it made us, as a family, we have this nice group chat going, which is kind of funny because we all have our individual ones. This is the first one that my dad's on. So it's kind of interesting for him to, see that. But I think that this time is not only occupying us with things that we didn't know we were going to do, but it's bringing a lot of people closer in a time when they can't actually physically be there. It's kind of hot, so it's interesting. But with that, on the business side, it brings up a lot of different opportunities. A lot of people have to change the way that they're doing business, whether it's, how they're reaching their customers, how they're delivering their products, how they're keeping their employees happy. I know with us, we've had a lot of attention, especially since, we work on the appointments IQ side, which is fractional sales. A lot of people are trying to find out how they can still generate leads and deals and different type of sale processes during this hard times without actually physically going to, for instance, an event that we host, because a lot of people, if you use networking events the right way, not only is it building awareness of what you do to people you can't reach, you're getting leads every week or every month, right? So there's different opportunities. So Greg and I, Tony, Shannon, we've been working with a lot of people on that side, kind of, drink time. Here, cheers, Tony.
Yeah. Keep going.
But,
this is good.
But, it's really important to really adjust, because, it kind of reminds me, if you don't adjust, then you're going to be left in the ground. I mean, how many people know about Kodak? Everyone used to have Kodak film, but they thought that the digital era wasn't going to happen, and they're gone, right? They refused to adjust. So, it's another example. But through this, I think we're all being very resourceful, because it's going to end. This is going to, if everyone stays inside, I think Lori Lightfoot's doing a really good job of doing the message. I think if you look at the map, Chicago as a whole, compared to how big our population and the other big metropolitans, there's a lot of things that I think we're doing right. So it's applied to everybody that's an essential worker, doctors, nurses, but also us keeping each other sane and trying to find new tools to interact with each other, right? And it's very interesting. I've talked to people that I don't even talk to that much in person, more now virtually, than I have, at an event or anything. So it's pretty interesting. But I'll swing those over to Tony, Mr. Dr. Evil himself, take over and see what he's doing.
Yeah, thanks, Alton. Hey, before I go, Alton, some people have been requesting on Facebook, they want to hear a yeehaw out of you.
Well, I don't yeehaw as much as, you want to talk to Alton Erdemeyer, not Alton Erdemir. Alton Erdemeyer is a little bit different. And when Pritzker said to go quarantine himself, that's what I did. I went down to the farm, and, I've been here since.
Thanks, Alton. It's awesome, man. Yeah, these last 3 weeks have been pretty nuts. I've just been doing a lot of work from home. Not really getting out much. Let's just go to the store and get just some basic stuff, or just take a nice walk. But actually, it's been really good. I've been getting a lot done. Lots of spring cleaning. I got stacks of business cards, probably a couple thousand I've been going through and updating them into our database. So that's been good. Also, with me and Greg and Alton and all of us doing the Appointments IQ stuff, we got a few new clients on board. So I've been keeping up with that. And several of our clients are in the IT managed services space. And what's cool about them is that they're actually putting more money and time and energy into their marketing and lead gen efforts, because with so many people working from home, there's a lot of security risks, a lot of hackers out there trying to get in people's computers and networks, because instead of being at a big fancy office with a VPN, now they're working from home. They're easier to target. So with some of our clients we work with, they're actually looking for us to do more work for them. So that's keeping us very busy. And then also, with the other businesses we have, with the Wine and Shy, the Green and Shy, the real estate events, we're working on pushing those forward in the same format, virtual, where we can get people from not just Chicago area, but people from all across the country that can come on, and we can share ideas, do some thought leadership and whatnot. And then when it's not work time, I've been keeping up with Westworld, and actually just started watching Ozark, which is a pretty cool show. Never watched before, and I'll get into that. And then I'm sure everyone's seen Tiger King by now. That's pretty hilarious. I mean, it's like I think all of us got good ideas for Halloween costumes after watching that show. And then just keep busy, just keep pushing forward. And that's why we want to do these virtual events, so we can stay in front of you all, but also be able to exchange ideas and still network and still feel connected, because it looks like this could be another several weeks. So let's just find ways to be creative and keep getting our work done and have some fun while doing it. And once again, in the comment section on Facebook Live, anything that you want to see from us going forward, content, speakers, topics, ideas, please throw them our way, because we want to do this for you. We want to keep you guys engaged, keep you guys interested and excited, because it's not fun being at home all day. So we got to find ways to keep things moving forward. But we're here for you. We're so happy you guys are joining us tonight, and we got a lot more cool stuff coming up in the near future. So just stay tuned. And then who was next? Was it be Shayna or Greg next?
Well, I think we really wanted to just kind of hone in and talk about what a great opportunity it is right now to utilize maybe people you've met at networking events, see what people are up to, checking in on people. I personally feel some success I've had from networking with you guys before joining the team is just meeting you guys in general. I left a big corporate job, was doing extremely well for myself, and I wasn't really interested in, pursuing a career with a large corporation anymore and wanted to be on my own. And I came into a setting as planning events and event marketing and connected with you guys. And I just feel like so much has happened in my life since kind of you guys have been around. And I've just been utilizing this time to really connect with people I've met at our events and people I've met in the overall in general, even before I was teamed up with you guys at your guys' events, utilizing LinkedIn to network even more ever than I've ever before. So I just think it's a great opportunity to do that. And I know that each of you have your own successes with these events. And I think we really just wanted to focus on kind of sharing some of those so we can give people at home some ideas of ways to network still, even though we're not able to be with each other. There's just so many opportunities to still network with each other. So Greg, did you want to add to some of the successes that you've had?
I think we're having some troubleshooting.
Audio issues?
Oh, there you are.
Oh, did you guys hear me the whole time or no?
Yeah, I heard you.
The last 30 seconds you might have cut out.
Oh, okay.
Well, I heard you good.
Oh, okay. Good.
I heard you good.
All right, awesome.
So, Greg, so, tell us about some success stories you've had.
Yeah. So since it's all kicked off, August of 2017 at Rocket, it's been countless networking opportunities. And, I've been fortunate to meet a lot of people through these events. And there's so many, I can't even begin to name them all, but one kind of jumps out at me. And I remember it, the day, the time, everything. But a lot of A Boy and His Dream Foundation, and Sonny. And I remember meeting him. Let's see here. It was our third networking event at Apogee, and we hit it off right away. He took the time to really understand what I'm all about, and vice versa. And we set up a coffee, near after meeting, and I just loved his mission for A Boy and His Dream and raising scholarship funds, for children of CPS students. So I decided to get involved with that mission with him and Tony as well. And we've been board members for that organization and helped produce a lot of events with them ever since. And he's just been, an ongoing source of motivation for myself. So that would be one success story that jumps out amongst a lot. And in regards to this time, I feel like we all go to the networking events. We're meeting a lot of people and really quickly and getting their information. And, I see this downtime as an opportunity to connect with those people and to really set up those follow-up meetings and do those type of things versus like a lot of times I'll just connect with someone on LinkedIn, but that's about the end of it. So now it's a time to reflect back on those connections and start cultivating them a little bit. And Alton, you want to share a success story there, bud?
Well, yeah, I actually got two. One that actually has been doing some work for me and helping others during this time. But really, I mean, the way that we started it was kind of on the opposite side. I mean, the reason that networking was beneficial to me in the beginning when I was running the office for the company in Dubai is, you know, when you're doing phone sales, a lot of people are shy in the beginning. They don't have that confidence. So I would make it mandatory to go to these networking events, and you guys were probably the best event. This was 3 years ago, maybe, something like that. And what I wanted them to do is go and relax and have fun, but also talk to people about what we did. And what happened was, after 1 or 2 times, literally that quickly, they were now confident because they were going around telling everybody what they did every day and what they do in their own words, so that when they came to the office and they had to say what I wanted them to say, they were very confident. There was no ums and ahs. They were able to, you know, answer simple questions that people might freeze on if they didn't get it. So that, and, you know, it's kind of, there's about, what would you say, 27, 30% fun at those things. They're not that fun. I mean, they're only about 30% fun, but, you know, they ended up enjoying doing that. And then, you know, as things progressed, you know, I kept on, what would you say? I'd probably bring anywhere from 5 to 10 people at me, or no, you know, I'd bring a little group with me, and yeah, we got to know each other, and, you know, now here we are. We're all working together, and we have some great events, and we're helping other people do the same. But as far as the real life application, especially for this, you know, the thing about networking is not about finding people to pitch. You know, everyone comes to these, has the people if it's their first time. Hey, Tony, this is what I do. Are you interested? No. Okay. Next person. Hey, this is what I do. What do you do? Okay, cool. Do you need some marketing? No. No one's going to say yes. And that's not a good place to find, or a way to find a good client for you. You know, the way to do it is find out what people do, let them know what you do, and bond with them in a way that's fun so they remember you, so that when they run into Shayna, they can say, hey, oh, you were looking for this? Well, guess what? I know someone you need to meet, Tony. In fact, try to introduce someone. They're going to remember you. And, you know, that's what I did. When I worked for this company, what we did was large-scale events in Dubai, China, investment platforms, medical technologies, fintech, blockchain, all that stuff. And, you know, that's exactly what we do. We would introduce ourselves, meet people, build relationships, introduce people. If you always do things for others before asking something, more than likely they're the ones that are going to remember you when there's something that they can help you with, right? You don't have to ask for things. If you do someone and treat someone right, you're going to be the first person that they think of when they can help you, if they even can, you know? And then that's the whole thing. In fact, because of this whole thing, recently I've been helping, you know, different medical groups, hospitals, trying to connect with suppliers because of the short-term needs and long-term needs potentially of, you know, like the N95 masks, ventilators, all these different things. I had a friend from Europe reach out to me in the UK and Germany, actually from the New Jersey friend that I knew from one of these events that we hosted in Dubai. And, you know, just from talking with him, he remembered me, asked if I knew any medical groups that could use access to suppliers. And, you know, from there, we start building. And it's interesting because they end up bringing back a whole new network of different people that I'm meeting right now that I wouldn't have never met at one of our events or anything like that. But because they brought me in, they thought that I could help them because they knew I was the connector. If you see my video business cards, you know that that's what I go by. You know, it's interesting. So here I am now because of a relationship I made in an event 2 years ago in a different country. Someone remembered me, not because I asked for anything, but just because I connected him and talked to him, and, you know, we kept in touch, and that's it. And by the way, if there is anyone that, you know, has that need to access to medical supplies, I'd be glad to connect them. Obviously not commercial businesses, but feel free to reply to the Tony P page. We'll be able to connect you directly if you'd like. But that's the whole point of this. It's not for immediate needs. You're not going to get immediate results just from networking. What you're building, though, is your brand. And that's something that's going to last beyond whoever you talk to. And that's all I got to say about that.
Oh, awesome, man. Yeah, and just to kind of piggyback on what Alton was saying, yeah, it's all about networking, meeting people, building those relationships, you know, growing them, fostering over time. And that's kind of how, you know, we started doing these Green and Shy events, is that, you know, we knew when Pritzker became governor, he was going to, make recreational cannabis use legal. And that was in parallel to a lot of people coming to our events saying, hey, have you guys ever thought about doing events that are for more specific audiences or specific industries? So we've also done some events for real estate, for blockchain technologies, small, medium-sized businesses. We're trying to do things different to cater to you guys, to our audience, to see what you want to see from us and how we can help you grow your business and meet people in your industries. And with the Green and Shy piece, we're doing it here in Chicago, but now we're getting people from the West Coast, the East Coast, other parts of the country that are actually reaching out to us saying they want to learn more and they want to participate because they know Chicago's a pretty hotbed for this type of business. But now that we're doing these online events, we're going to actually start doing some Green and Shy events. They're going to be with speakers, with panel discussions, and that'll be a nationwide audience on those events. And that's where I've been taking this downtime to do a lot of networking through LinkedIn, through Facebook, through Instagram, and build these relationships online first, and then getting the phone calls, getting the Zoom meetings. And the four of us here and the rest of our team, it's like, we're looking at this quarantine time as a way to keep our foot on the gas and just keep pushing forward all our different initiatives and business opportunities out there. We're just, make it a little different because you can't physically be in front of people. So we're going to find tools like Zoom, like using the phone, texting, just putting yourself in front of people and getting those meaningful conversations going is going to help us be even further along once the quarantines lift and we get back to some normalcy here. And that's what I encourage all of you to do too, is don't, sit on your couch and watch the news all day and get all annoyed by that. Is find ways to either take your current business and keep pushing it forward, or learn a new skill, or network with new people, or find people from before that you want to get a deep relationship with. Like Alton said, just kind of keep those conversations going and just be creative, think outside the box, try some new different stuff. I mean, heck, it's like we had never done these virtual meetings before, and we're doing it, and we're going to get better at them. And that's why we're seeking help from you guys to give us advice on what you want to hear from us and what you want to see, because we'll customize these future online events for you, for what you want to see, what you want to hear, and what's going to help you grow your businesses and help you meet more people. So with that, I'm going to pass this back to Shayna because she's got a couple of cool announcements for us and some fun stuff we're going to be doing going forward.
So I wanted to, I know that we have some people that are going to see this later, and we have some people that joined us now that are kind of live, and we don't really know at this exact time. We have some dates set for our May events to be determined if those are going to go on or not. But either way, we wanted to let you guys know that we, really appreciate you being with us live right now, especially this is our first time doing this. We're just kind of seeing how it works, and we wanted to, give you guys something to kind of leave with for participating. So I actually have my own watch party going on for this event. I'm not on the actual Facebook live stream, but if you guys could comment on the Tony P, the actual in the event, the first 3 people to comment Tony P, the words Tony P, will get 1 ticket to our next Tony P networking event. Or maybe, you can choose May, June, July, whatever one kind of goes on. So the first 3 people, and I'm going to need Alton, Greg, Tony, one of you to kind of track that, since I can't see the comments right now I can't see it on our Tony P page. I can only see it on my watch party. So, but the first 3 people, if you guys can go ahead and
who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? We got Eric Newson Sr.
There we go, Eric. It's getting a free ticket. All you gotta do is type in Tony P to the comment.
Tony P, guys, that's it.
There we go.
We got Noel and
right,
Ronald. Close the gate. Julio, a little light. Sonny, I thought you were really fast. You're a fast runner, aren't you? Oh, but Cindy wrote the whole name and tag Tony. Maybe we should give it to Cindy too.
We're only asking for 20p. Disqualified.
I also wanted to kind of shout out a couple people that I know that are in our group that are doing some awesome things. One of them is Sunny. Sunny's doing some awesome Zoom workout videos, you know, from home. And I just think that that's really awesome to kind of keep everybody in shape and motivated and feeling really good. So shout out to you, Sunny. Thanks for keeping everyone motivated. I'm working out from home like crazy right now. So it's super exciting to see people doing the same. It gets me really motivated. I also know that we have, you know, some people who are also doing more. You know, we partner with Market Overdrive. They do some awesome live events on Facebook too. They're kind of keeping their steam going. I just think that's an awesome fact that, you know, everyone's kind of joining in the virtual events and keeping things social and really fun. So do we have 3 people, right?
We got 3 people, but I got another giveaway.
Oh, awesome.
All right.
What's it gonna be, Greg? I don't even know about it.
So excited.
I was holding off on this on the infrastructure piece earlier because it's kind of it's a pretty big announcement for Tony P's and Appointments IQ. But we just started a strategic partnership with a software company called Hubio. Hubio.io, and a lot of you know Terrell and Dimitri. They go to a lot of our events, and you network with them. But at any rate, the software is a marketing automation platform. So think of like MailChimp or anything that syndicates emails in a marketing format or in a sales prospecting format. That is what the software is. We are getting ready to get out of beta testing, but we have room for a few more. So if you are in the business and you use a MailChimp or something along those lines, all I'm going to ask is that you type in Hubio into the comment section, and we'll connect with you and we'll get you a free license for that platform.
And Greg, just to add on to this, it's very interesting how Hubio works. I mean, there's a lot of cool things you can do to fully automate your email with using logic, you know, kind of like it's this and that statements. I know we all love that in Excel, but you can actually do that with your emails too. So there's a lot of cool applications, especially if you're what they call a solopreneur or entrepreneur with maybe 2 or 3 employees. A lot of good capabilities. And it also will probably save you a lot of cash compared to the competitors as well. Benefit of working with us, especially if you're here in Chicago.
Yep. So, and thank you very much. Mackenzie, Eric, Julio, Sean. Yep. I'll get you guys all set up and connect with you afterwards, and we'll see about getting you set up with a license. So thank you for engaging. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, so I think the next thing is we're going to talk about the different events that we have going on. So Alton, you're up first to talk about Green and Shy. So I know you had a really awesome background you're going to put up for us to show you where we're at. There we go.
So as far as Green and Shy is concerned, obviously we had, first of all, I want to say all the people that have supported us for Green and Shy, I appreciate it. I mean, we grew so quickly, and it's all the thought processes. You know, everyone doesn't need to know where to smoke it and eat it or get a medical card. You can figure that out yourself. But how do you get a job in the cannabis industry? How do you supply to the cannabis industry? How do you get real estate, lawyer interactions, all this advice? That's more so what we focused on. And through our, I think, four events that we had, right? 2 networking, 2 panels. So, I mean, we did a very good job of building that. And unfortunately, we had the most amazing April set up for you guys. We had a giant networking event that was probably going to be 500 to 600 people. In fact, we weren't going to announce that. If you talk to us, we know we were keeping our mouths sealed, but we had Dan Danko, one of the founders of High Times, was going to come and speak. We were working through that process with him, flying him in here. But unfortunately, Corona Matata, what are you going to do, right? And then on top of that, on the other side, we provide a lot of educational stuff. We actually had our partner, Dan Garms, had an amazing panel set up at the Knickenbocker Hotel, which is one of the groups we like working with, great venue. And that was going to be a very educational piece full of doctors, more the medical side, really reaching out to that. And unfortunately, that was canceled too on April 28th. But we still want to provide you with the content that you're looking for. In fact, we have some ideas. It'd be great to, come to our page, Green and Shy on Facebook if you haven't followed us yet. But what you can do is let us know about different topics. We're talking to a number of big names now. The nice thing about this is we don't have to fly people into Chicago to talk to us, but we will be doing similar events just like this, virtual events with myself, Greg, Tony, our partner Dan, as well as one of our associates, Tom Howard, the cannabis lawyer. In fact, we have one planned soon because he's working with a lot of people on the application process, and they decided to send us a lot of questions that people have. So we're working on one relatively soon that we'll be able to announce, but we want to make sure that it's set up appropriately and we have a lot of good content for our viewers. So a lot of things are happening right now. But, I want to know what you guys are doing, because now what are you guys doing now that you guys can't wait 4 hours in a dispensary line? I mean, is everyone going to go get a medical card now so that you can get things delivered? I mean, it'd be great to hear in the comments, assuming that I'm reaching out to the 28% of the 20P demographic that follows Green and Shy, what your concerns are about that, so we can touch base on that when we do one of these ourselves. And obviously, Tony and Greg are a big part of that as well. So stay alive out there. I mean, nothing's paused. It's essential, which is one of the funniest things, because just a year ago, people were deeming and condemning it, and now it's one of the essential businesses of Chicago. I'll end on that.
Essential. Look at that.
It got the essential thumbs up, did it?
The Green Central.
Nice.
On the medical part or the recreational part? I honestly don't know.
Just for medical. Yeah, so all dispensaries, if you're a medical card holder, you can go to a dispensary anytime you want during this. They're open. But recreationally, you can't get in, so you got to find other channels for that.
Noted. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Greg, you're up, man.
I'll just jump in with a couple of quick updates regarding Widening Shy. So for those of you that aren't aware, we launched a new networking series called Widening Shy, meant to be more intimate, high-end, different type of venues. So we did our first one at Kinsey Chop House in February. Thanks for all those that came out and supported it. And then unfortunately, Widening Shy was the first event that we had to cancel because of all this. We were planning on doing it at the West Loop Dot Gallery. Thank you very much, Robert App, for getting us all set up in that, and our partner and great company who was going to work with us on it. That will be postponed, till further notice. And then we had a couple of other events lined up. We were talking to Gibson's Italia and, a few other high-end places. So that is going to kick back off as soon as we're able. And we're going to be looking for those really nice exclusive venues to be doing those events at. So for you wine enthusiasts out there, if you have ideas on, venues or people that want to partner or sponsor or anything along those lines, please reach out. We'd love to hear from you. In addition to that, we have Real Estate at the Wit. So we had a great event early February where we packed the Wit. Thank you very much, Tony Arce and the Face of Chicago group for coming and setting up a podcast, and our keynote speakers that spoke at the event, and everybody at the Wit who helped us put that together. We are definitely excited to get to the Wit again. Hopefully we're looking at maybe a late June or early July, somewhere along those lines, where we're just going to get, everybody that's interested in the real estate industry together again, and have a good time at the Wit. And
Tony Arce, if you're listening, I saw you sign in. feel free to share a link to that podcast. It was exceptionally well made. Exceptionally well made.
Yeah, totally. Throw that in the comments section if you're still listening. That way everyone can see it. Yeah, and then as mentioned before, we're still going to do these Tony P events. Obviously, it's going to be a little different that we're doing them online like this. But yeah, we're trying to figure out how to do it. I've actually been doing some research on virtual speed networking events where, I don't know, maybe we could do something where we have people that want to sign up for a virtual networking event, but then everyone fills out, what they do for a living, who their audience is. And if we have everybody fill that out before the event, then we can kind of match people up in like 5-minute increments and be able to do an event like that. So if you think a virtual speed networking event is something that would interest you and would be something cool to do in the next few weeks while we're still in this quarantine situation, go in the comments section, let us know if you'd be cool with that, and we put something like that together. Because once again, we're here for you. We want to cater to our audience, make sure you guys are happy and engaged and meeting new people, whether it's in person, over the phone, through a Zoom Facebook Live event. We want to help be that conduit to help get you in front of people that you can make friendships with and do business with and partner with, or possibly work for or have work for you. So we want to keep that going. We just need to know from you what we can do to help foster that and put that together. And yeah, and then let's see. So we got a few minutes left. So Shane, I think you got one more piece, and then we can maybe take a few more questions.
So I'm gonna piggyback off what you were saying there, Tony, about the networking events and kind of how we need help from our audience, not just on live right now, but just people who have attended our events in the past. We will be launching a survey for the Tony P networking events during this downtime. We are just kind of getting that together now, but that will be asking for participation on a larger level, not just in the comment section here, but we really are gonna dive deeper to see how we can improve on those networking events, the monthly Tony P ones, questions about check-in, questions about, would you like more than just your name tag, your name on there? Would we like to engage in another way? So we're just gonna send something out soon. If you guys can look at that, we will attach some kind of incentive for participating. So it will come through your email, just kind of look out for that. But that will be a way that we can furthermore understand where we can improve on and what we can offer and how we can make it a much better networking experience for you. Just to go over some other events that we do, I know that you guys have heard that we are also offering services to anyone who hosts events who either wants help marketing their events, coordinating their events, vendor management, searching for venues. We do offer those services, and we have had a couple of events that we were hired to do that we are on board with that have been postponed. One of them is a fashion show that we are hosting at the Knickerbocker. I believe we still have an event right up for it, but that show is going to be postponed, whether it's going to be late June, early July, sometime in July. I'm kind of waiting for the venue to get back to me on that now. So I will keep you guys in the loop on it. We have some other really fun events that we are subject to get on board with as soon as the whole lockdown is over with. Some women events. And we have a lot of charity events. We have Tony and Greg who do A Boy and His Dream. I'm on a board with Street Samaritans, and we all have had events, and everything is kind of being affected right now. One of the events that was canceled really quickly just a few weeks ago was the Shamrock and Heroes event at Gibson that I know that we were really looking forward to going to and being a part of. And so that event is definitely just being postponed. It was canceled in the same with the other celebratory things that weekend, like the Irish Parade and the Dine of the Green River. I don't know if those events are going to be rescheduled, but I do know that the Shamrocks and Heroes event is definitely postponed. Don't know if the name will be changed, but it will definitely be something everyone can look forward to participating in when we can all go out again.
I hear they're dyeing the river green on 420. That's just
is that what you hear?
That would be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Some exciting news for Street Samaritans. I don't know if everyone knows about the organization that I'm a board member of, but it is a homelessness nonprofit organization here in Chicago. Our Chicago homeless are really going through a lot right now with this COVID-19. They're a very vulnerable population here. And, so we are looking forward to really hosting those fundraising events to raise money because they're going to really be impacted by this. So we have some really fun events coming up that were already scheduled at Godfrey. We had the Art Basel event that is still going to happen. The date is to be determined. We have a Luau Palooza that's going to happen at the Whispers at Oak Street Beach. That will be super fun. It's to piggyback off of Lollapalooza. And then we have our annual gala that will go on at the end of the year. And we don't have a date yet for that either, but the discussion is October, and Union Station's in discussion, or May District. We're kind of playing with a few different venues. So super exciting time for us. And we're really looking forward to partnering again with all of our venues because we really, really, really miss it. And we know our venues miss us, and we know our bartenders miss us making drinks for everyone. And we just can't wait to be back with our venue partners. Definitely. So.
Yeah. So, wow. It looks like we're at 8 o'clock here. So, let's just check. So, Greg, any new questions coming in from the Facebook chat or?
Yeah, if anybody has a question, please feel free to drop us a line. If you see this video afterwards and we're not live, please always feel free to go into the Tony P's networking page. If you type a question in there, one of us will get right back to you on that. But yeah, I think this was great, guys. Really appreciate everybody's time. Let me just double check, see if there's any questions real quick. And then if not, I think we're good to go and wrap up here.
I think we're all good. No, thanks everybody for participating tonight. And once again, Jackson and Dean from Salsa Jack, thank you so much for helping us get the Zoom and the Facebook Live all put together. And so we don't have a confirmed date for the next Tony P virtual event we're doing. We do tentatively have a Green and Shy event planned for April 7th at 7 o'clock. So please keep a lookout for that. But in the meantime, any questions you got, just go to Tony P's Networking Events on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram for all the updates, or you can reach out to us directly. And we got several more things we're lining up for the next few weeks here. And your input is always welcome of how we can make this better. But thanks again for joining us. I'd say you enjoy the rest of your night. Don't watch the news. Just watch something funny and uplifting. And let's do this again in the next week or two. But in the meantime, we're here for you. Just ping us anytime. Hit us up on social media, and we'll do this again very soon. Thanks again.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye, guys. Cheers.
Ciao for now.